The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Hek'ma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Here we are on a Monday, recovery day.
Damn.
The Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat as the Dallas Cowboys take one on the chin from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Chin.
And, yeah, man.
This is tough. This is tough, guys. Let's get into it. This is tough.
Hey,
It's ugly.
So
tough.
if we go back here, we look at the predictions we made.
I think I was close.
Church, you had it. You had Philly winning 27-21.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I thought I was in the 30s.
I had it 36-20.
Yeah, you was.
You
And I was
smart.
like, man, you think, yeah, but he was.
I had 36-20.
I should have had more faith in Kevin
Philly.
Moore. That's what I said.
And
messed up.
Hek'ma had the Cowboys winning.
I did. I told y'all there was no way in hell I was going to pick Philly.
Okay.
Y'all know I'm incapable.
All right.
I'm incapable.
And here's a good thing. I went back, and right now we look at the picks, Barry. We got 6. Hek'ma's got 5 wins. So
I knew it was going to be, the
Tonight's
balance
the
was
night,
gonna-
though.
This is it.
Time.
Tonight's the night,
This
though.
is where you're going to get back.
Tonight's the night, though.
that was really not because we all got the Rams.
Yeah, it's over.
Damn!
Man.
Yeah,
I gotta go back the other way. I can't do it. I can't do it. I
We all
can't
got
tie
the
with
Rams,
y'all.
baby. So we tied.
Man, we in there.
No, man.
Short-lived lead. Short-lived lead. Man. It's all
You know
good,
it's all
man.
good. It's all good. It ain't nothing.
It's fun. It's,
Ain't
just,
nothing.
it's
So
fun
we
stuff.
all tied up now. We should be.
Yeah, that's pretty
Okay.
much right, man. We all tied up. Yeah.
It feels good.
It does. It does feel good. Man.
49 yards of passing.
Oh, man. You talking about the whole game, too. This is not just, for our viewers that, for some reason, maybe it's on a plane or not. This is not a quarter. This is not a series.
Talking about a game.
This is an entire game.
60 minutes.
Cooper Rush, 45, 49?
45.
45 yards.
Trey came in, added 4.
40, 45
That quattro. Trey got that quattro.
yards passing.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4.
4.
Trey passed for 4 yards. Trey Lance.
These
4 yards.
are the yards that you're putting together with one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League in CeeDee Lamb. This is what this offense can muster right now.
Yep.
It's embarrassing, man. And y'all saw the game. Y'all watched it. Y'all seen it. It was embarrassing display offensive. We'll get into defense here in a little bit. But offensively, you can't be productive if your offensive line has no stability in there. They're not playing as a unit.
Absolutely.
We talked about this on the chat. The emergency left tackle, Awesome Richards, am I pronouncing his name? Awesome. He played better, in my opinion, than the guy at right tackle who was paid big money, and I'm talking about Terrence Steele.
And played better than the guy he filled in for who was taken in the first round.
This, to me, how does that happen?
Yeah.
How does this happen? And Terrence, though, this ain't the first display that we've seen from Mr. Steele out there letting the floodgates open. All right. He's been on about a 3 or 4 game skid right now where you look into that right side and you're like, man, can we hold up at all?
Yeah.
Can we hold up at all? I know Zach Martin, Hall of Famer, we get all that. He's struggling as well. So when you don't have any stability within your offensive line's not playing at a unit, how can you be productive? There's no balance. There's no identity to this offense right now. When I look at it, it's just, hey, man, it looks like they're just throwing plays out there. Man, let's see if this works. Let's see if that works.
Essentially, you have to. So if you can't protect, you can't run the ball, your running backs are, if you had to give it a grade, you'd say it was a C, an average group of running backs. Outside of CeeDee Lamb, your receivers are average, and your tight end is not playing at the level you thought he would. Okay, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
And maybe you overvalued the tight end. So when you say the game plan wasn't bad, what were you supposed to come up with?
My thing is, why are we doing 5 and 7 step drops? Why are we sitting back there trying to do these deep developing routes when you understand your offensive line can't protect? Cooper Rush, that thing should have been out of his hand. You know who you're going against. These guys scout the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles in the past 4 games had 17 sacks. All right, they're averaging 4 sacks a game. You know what they bring to the table defensively. Why are we not screen here, screen here? There should be no 5-step drops. There should be no deep developing routes out there. Every time that man was posted up in the pocket, we saw what happened. He was getting hit upside his head. I mean, that's exactly what happened. So it's just confusing because this is the same Cooper Rush who, granted, the offensive line was better in 2022, but he was balling. The play calls were on point. He was getting the ball out of his hands extremely fast. It was a confusing plan to me offensively in this game.
Look, bad game plan and bad quarterback play.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Made everything, the compound of your errors, be blaring. Those passes, Cooper Rush, well, from what we've seen from him in his starts, for the first time you started to see his ball float.
Yeah.
He was late. He's throwing into traffic. And then it got to certain points of the game. It's just like, we can't do anything because this offensive line, obviously, the rhythm is none of it works together. All right, play action and give Vic Fangio credit.
That's the blueprint.
Come on now, let's give no. Let's give Vic Fangio credit for making your backup quarterback look less than a backup quarterback because he didn't do anything exotic. He was getting pressure with 4. He was dropping guys in coverage. He covered up everything that we wanted to do. Most of the time when Rush was throwing to a guy, he was throwing into traffic unless it was one of those dump digs or one of those out routes. All that other slow developing stuff, he was throwing that into traffic. Period. Guys were not open. And when they were open, the ball was late, so he was hitting guys upside the head with the ball. And that's what the thing is, that's what you're supposed to do. If you are a defensive coordinator in this league, that's what you're supposed to do to a backup quarterback. Exactly. Remember we were having the argument about Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh? Remember that? Talking about Justin Fields and all of that. And everybody was saying, all right, well, Justin Fields brings another dimension and yada, yada, yada. But what can Russ do? He can deliver the mail. And it was something for everybody else to see. Maybe it was his calf injury, whatever. You got an opportunity to see what that offense looked like with Justin in it, and then you got an opportunity to see what it looked like with Russ in it.
Big right, left right.
That's right, man.
And so it's
we picked that.
y'all did. It's a distinct difference. It's a distinct difference between those two quarterbacks. Yeah. And you see right now, like your wide receivers are not. They weren't creating any separation before, and they're damn sure not doing it now. And the one thing that you have out there that is a threat, Vic Fangio is going to take that away. And any secondary player was going to be taken away. So that's going to give you more room for guys like Brooks, guys like Tolbert to have an impact on the game. When was the last time we came back here and said, that Brooks,
Tolbert killing him.
He killed him. You just...
And so you're correct, Hek'ma. But I come back into this. Is it really fair to ask these guys to be something that we at training camp didn't think they were?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. This is me. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you get a jersey on Sunday and you're one of the 1%ers to play on Sunday, you got to be able to do your job. We just saw the guy, Don Dotson. Remember, he was on the scrap heap. He was done.
But you first round pick, though.
But no, absolutely. And I'm not trying, whether he underperformed or whatever it is, he looked like he was worth it to me. He was your 3. He was your 3 at receiver that gave you production, albeit against a rookie. But who else? He in front of me, I better win my one-on-one. And he did that. All you're asking guys to do is win your matchup.
At least once or
Just
twice.
Win your matchup.
Something.
That's it. And I don't think that absolves them. I can't give them an excuse for that. Dog, you're not getting it done. You're not getting it done.
And that's before we even dive into this red zone, which has been an issue the entire season.
It's been consistent.
Consistently trash in the red zone. Like, you get down there, and the defense, I think they did enough to get dub, but
Explain the red zone.
So the red zone, 20 yards and in is what they call the red zone. That's where if your offense gets down in there, you should have a high percentage of getting in the end zone, not settling for field goals. And that's what we talk about all the time. When you go against these better teams, whether it's the NFC, AFC, field goals aren't going to cut it. You've got to be able to push the ball into the end zone, and that's something that the Dallas Cowboys have not been able to do all season long. So you get down to the red zone, 2 field goals, and a fumble. And a fumble.
Killed you.
By, one of your veteran players.
Killed you.
You're supposedly short yard. That's what we all thought he was supposed to come in here to do.
Killed you.
Be the short yardage goal line back. We talked about Pollard not being able to push it in, and now we got a guy that we thought, okay, at least 5 yards in, they're going to be all right. Yeah. They're going to get the job done. Man, he went up in there. I'm talking about Ezekiel Elliott. Went up in there and coughed it up.
Yeah.
Coughed the ball right up, and that was a drive that you needed. It's just, man, when it rains, it pours, man.
That's the most insulting thing to me is the red zone deficiencies. Like you could get if all of your struggles, everything that you struggle with, if you get down there close enough, you should be able to score the football. I mean, if you look around the NFL and you look at the other teams, they find a way. And I'm not going to go to the Patrick Mahomeses of the world and teams, but when you get down in the red zone, game after game after game, the execution has to change. I know as a defense, it's like, look, now the spaces are smaller. We don't have to deal with, but come on, man. It's the same problem year in and year out. It didn't just start this year. Yeah. And every time we think we're over it, we don't have a one-on-one threat in the red zone, and we can't run it in. And when we do, and then when we finally do get an opportunity, we fumble it. We fumble it through the end zone from a guy that you brought in just for those situations.
Or we lose it in the light.
Just
all of the lights.
It's sunny outside.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying when you say it rains, it pours.
Oh, like.
Man. Make that make sense. Two guys. I mean, hey, my man Ferg
he does
the Matrix.
I don't want it. Don't give it to me. Don't give it to me.
Oh God,
I can't see.
What?
What is going?
That's what makes it so tough. That's what makes it so tough because I can't. And I've been laughing for a day and a half now since Jerry said, "Where's the moon?" Where's the moon?
It's a tiny. I haven't been a part. Like if you see a ball coming around. Like, I'm snagging it. And I'll apologize later. Hey, that was for you, my bad.
For you, but I got it.
I'm in the ears on my bad.
But I got it.
But who pulls their hands back?
Nobody.
Oh, that must not be meant for me.
What? Nobody. Nobody does that. Nobody does that.
Damn.
Nobody does that.
Nobody.
And then
I can't see.
Did you see Sam Laporta last night?
I did.
He didn't balled out.
He went out there and did his thing.
You saw Luke Schoonmaker yesterday?
No. I didn't see.
He got a couple
had a ball go his way. I go back into that conversation where it was said that McCarthy loved Laporta, and they were thinking about taking him in the first round, but they took Mozzie Smith instead. So your draft that year was Mozzie Smith round 1, Luke Schoonmaker round 2, and these two guys have just, it's another game which they didn't get anything done for you. Meanwhile, Laporta out here balling for Detroit. And your tight end is unfortunately getting stripped of the ball and five turnovers. Turnovers, man.
How you turn up 4 fumbles? How does this happen? I don't care how great you play. You lose the turnover battle. The stats say 9 times out of 10 you're gonna lose the game.
Absolutely.
And this I mean, it got to the point
you
where
talking about the Lions?
No, I'm talking about this past game. When they
just called an exception to the rule.
Okay,
they pulled a Romo special.
Okay,
5 picks and still won. That was crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
But the highlight of the game for me was when my man Steele got beat off of the edge, sack fumble, 3rd and 17.
Just fall on the ball.
Jumped on.
Man, what you think you gonna scoop it up?
Scoop it
and score that?
Jump on the ball.
That man said, "Let me scoop this up. I'm gonna go ahead and show him." Not only did he not scoop it up, he fell again. And the ball continuously rolled, and guess who picked it up? Somebody from Philadelphia. Where did they do this at, man?
When it rains, it pours.
It's been a rough year for Mr. Steele. Texas Tech, guns up.
Nah, it's been hard. It's been hard, man. And I think guys are coming against it. And that's what I said. They didn't do anything exotic. They got pressure with 4. And when when Fangio wanted to shut it down, he closed the curtain in the 3rd quarter with that sack strip. That was that. It's a wrap.
It's over with.
It's over with. We bring pressure when we want to. You know, we shut this down when we want to. We're going to let you play it between the 30s, and then we're going to shut it down on you. They don't give you no room. And it was, look, there was nothing that Cooper Rush, there's nothing Cooper Rush could do about that. I'm just saying, before we get to the defense, and I know we're going to start talking about that, but something needs to be said about the amount of times teams run on the Cowboys versus the amount of times that they throw versus the Cowboys in these home victories and these last couple losses. I mean, these numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
Teams in their completions.
It's crazy. Started with D. Carr. Started with Derek Carr.
Let's get a break. Let's get a break.
To scoop it up, though.
Where you going? What you about to do? Where you going?
He's about to get busy.
What are you about to do? You gonna scoop it up and do what?
Score.
Where you going?
Boy thought he was there.
Why did you jump on the ball, bro? When you gonna pick up the ball and do what, Barry? After he picked it up, what was his plan after that?
About to turn this mother out.
With what?
Get busy, dog.
All right, too legit. Quit. Humps and bumps. Getting that ball going.
What?
It fell again.
Oh, dog, man. So bad.
Micah Parsons made the
So bad.
Micah Parsons comments made a lot of headlines today. So we'll dive into Micah's post game comments with Hek'ma Harrison, Barry Church. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle?
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboys fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Go Cowboys! Back to the Players Lounge.
Witness the biggest boxing event in modern history at Netflix and MVP's Paul versus Tyson and Taylor versus Serrano. Head to AT&T Stadium on Friday, November 15th. As international superstar Jake Paul takes on the baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson. And don't miss Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano's long-awaited rematch for the undisputed super lightweight championship. Limited tickets are available now at SeatGeek.com, the official ticketing partner of AT&T Stadium.
Thank you, Hek'ma Harrison. You are in the Players Lounge.
Let's go, Iron Mike.
Hey, better be bobbing and weaving. I know that much.
Aristocrat Gaming.
Don't get caught in the corner, Big Mike.
Don't run out of gas,
Don't run out
Mike.
of gas, boy. Keep your hands up at all times.
Take you one of them Shannon Sharps. I'm ready.
Come on, Mike.
Come on,
Don't
Mike.
go out like that, man. Don't go out like that, man.
Come on, Mike.
Stay off the canvas.
I do not want to see that.
Man.
They really put that in the script, baddest man on the planet.
Yes.
Circa 1987, you know.
About right.
Come on, Mike.
That's about right.
Come on, man.
Come on, Mike. I don't. I tell you, I don't want to see
Better be
Mike.
bobbing and weaving out
The
here.
what's the age again?
That's
59?
58, 58, yeah. 58, Jake Paul, like, yeah, you.
Jake Paul, 20-something, 27?
27. He got that young man shrimp.
Yeah, he probably juicing all types of man.
Hey, fight all night. Mike, I need a nap.
Time out.
Time out. Ain't gonna be no time out this one, Jay.
Hey, man. Oof.
And the fight was postponed because Tyson had some kind of
it's like he passed out on the plane or
thing.
something.
Yeah, Mike passed out on the plane, bro.
But he's ready now, ready to go.
Mike passed out on the plane. He had an episode on the plane.
Check his
Baddest man on the planet.
Baddest man on the planet. Come on, Mike.
Bob and weed,
Come on, man. You know you're going to come into that Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Ambitions of a rider. Come on, Mike. Conjure it up.
LL Cool J's I'm Bad. I don't think it was released. I don't know if you were born when it was released.
I wasn't.
Okay. You weren't born. So that's the guy. That was the baddest man on the planet.
Yeah.
Okay. That's LL's second album.
Yeah. I'm bad.
Bigger and Deffer. That was the name of the album. Bigger and Deffer. Followed up Radio.
I would tell you. Well, I would say
Run
this
DMC was still good.
Yeah.
Okay. They were the kings of hip hop.
still good.
That's how that's the guy you're referencing.
He ain't that no more, huh?
And you think that's what we're gonna see Friday night?
Nah, that ain't what we gonna see.
Those videos, social media videos. He looks good. He looks good. Let's say looks good. I mean,
for 10 seconds.
that man would knock me out real quick.
Yeah, me
Pow.
too. Me too.
Pow, pow.
Yeah.
No matter what you think of Jake Paul, what you think of him, he is training and he is a professional fighter right now. So he is doing this.
He throwing.
I've done this long enough to know these people like to fight fights they know they can win.
Yeah, for sure.
Floyd Mayweather's last 15 fights were against nobody who was going to beat him. Remember he had Conor McGregor in here? People thought, oh, Conor McGregor. Like, really?
He did work Carter over too. Just pop, pop, pop.
You know what he did?
Beat the Vaseline off.
Man, I'm gonna make sure these 3-4 rounds. I'm gonna let you hang. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you play.
He was holding him up. No, this ain't
Make sure
over
people,
yet.
people get it. Gotta make sure the crowd get their money's worth. You know. Then okay, playtime is over. It's time to go. Time to go, guys.
Yappity yap 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 yap.
And I told people, I said, Floyd Mayweather doesn't fight fights that he's not gonna win.
Yeah.
There's no interest in that.
50-0.
Why? And then when he finally fought Pacquiao.
Yeah, Pacquiao was older by that time. Yeah.
Wash.
He waited long enough.
Yeah.
Pacquiao was washed.
But you
was in
seen
the politics
you
by
seen
that
how this
time.
thing play out, man. Guys, they wait so long till the fight. It really has no meaning than when it first came out. The last fight that I seen two guys fight in their prime was Sugar Ray Leonard and Hek'ma. That's the only fight I ever seen two guys fight in their prime.
My man's from Dallas. He went in his prime.
But
Aerosmith.
We got lumped up.
Yeah, no, they were in the prime. They were in the prime. You know. Somebody was just primer. Somebody was primer.
Well, a little bit more prime. Hey, man,
was primer.
That boy beat Earl down.
Yeah, he beat the brakes.
I don't even know.
Man.
Like, you're right. So I would say that.
Boy beat the brakes off. I was like, I leave, man. What y'all say in Texas? Already.
Already? Yeah, he got that work. He got that work. It's last time.
He was talking about rematch.
Nah,
player.
But then he came up with his own set of issues when that came around. So it's
If he was out rematch.
Nah, he wasn't ready.
And it was supposed to be like quick too. Like, oh, I don't know.
He did not honor that rematch clause that he had.
That's not talented.
Now sometimes it's not worth seeing. When you get beat like that, that's not worth seeing again. It's all good. Everybody know what this rematch would have been. It'd have been a little bit of the same.
Try to keep it moving after that.
Yeah. Come on, Mike.
Collect the check, keep it moving.
Come on, Mike.
Mike, let's go.
Okay. All right.
Just don't hit the canvas. That's all.
Come on, Mike.
Don't hit the canvas.
I've got a credential for the fight. So I got a credential.
Come on.
Slide up in there. You want to slide up in
Come
there?
on. Come on, Texas, and let us know, man.
Yeah, let us know what it looks like.
I can't believe, why are they having it on a Friday? Yeah, why they doing us like that, man? The fight's on a Friday.
It's crazy.
Unfortunately, I've been in this game long enough to know and see how it ends. And back when I used to work in Los Angeles, and we go to Vegas all the time, man. And and you see it when you see it at the end. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough.
I still want to see those images. Those gonna be some tough images to see of Mike Tyson, man.
Roy Jones was hard to watch. My boy Sugar Shane Mosley, man. I watched Sugar Shane come up in the game and watch him at the end. Oh man, stop! Somebody please talk to him. Hey,
It's not it.
You're not gonna be able to count these 5 fingers here soon. I mean, at a certain point in time, you go in that ring. You don't leave with the same thing you brought up in there because your body only has so many hits.
Yeah,
in it, man. And
Wilder's getting like that. Deontay Wilder from Alabama's getting like that.
Yeah,
and the guy from overseas, the black dude, I can't even think his name.
Josh wasn't there?
Yeah.
Then when you interview him, man, in LA, because all the fighters would always constantly go to LA, and we'd interview him, man. It was tough, man. Talked to Boom Boom Mancini one day, and I'm just sitting there just like nodding after a while because I'm like, I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah.
You couldn't put,
too many licks.
Too many licks, man. Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier at the end.
Yeah.
Ali. It was an old Eddie Murphy Saturday Night Live skit one time when he was talking about he was doing the Ali and it was sad. On the grass, it was just like it was making fun out of it. But it was like and it was before the Parkinson set in. But it's like that's what happens when you stay too long, man.
Yeah.
Stay too long. It's like man, I want to see a brother stay too long. And you see a guy. I saw De La Hoya and Trinidad at the prime, man. It was good stuff. And then
that's another one. Good.
Oscar used to say, man, you're not gonna see me here this long. I'm not going to be one of those guys. That will not be me. I may leave, go to architecture school. I'm not staying here. You know what he did? Stay too long. Yeah. Stay too long. So we're like, hey, somebody talk to Oscar, man. Somebody talk to Oscar.
Gotta be careful.
And it's hard, man. So that's my thing about Tyson. I mean, you're 58, man, and we've seen him take some. We saw Lennox Lewis take him down in Memphis, Tennessee. Man, that was sad to watch, man. It's like we've already seen you go down that road, and Jake Paul is not. This ain't the second coming of Smoking Joe Frazier or anything like that. But he can fight enough to win this. So there's going to be fans.
Good luck, Mike.
Yeah, good luck. It's good marketing. Netflix is going to get a good number. So.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah. I just have.
I will be tuning in.
You just don't want to see. You don't want to see it end bad. So that's just
can't have him running out.
Speaking of ending bad, it ended bad for the Cowboys yesterday, 34-6 to Philadelphia Eagles, and afterwards, Jory Epstein had asked Micah Parsons about Mike McCarthy and his feelings of the head coach, and I know Jory. Jory is not a person who's out here trying to make clicks or things like that. She's asking a legitimate question, trying to get Micah's opinion on it. And this thing blew up on the morning shows. People went at it pretty good about it. And Micah said, this is what Jory said, quote, "What do you tell people who are wondering if Mike McCarthy will be your head coach next year?" Micah says, quote, "That's above my pay grade if Mike is coaching next year. Mike can leave and go wherever he wants. The guys I kind of feel bad for are the vets like Zach Martin, who might be in their last year or close to it. That's who I want to hold the trophy for. You want to win games and do big things with legends like that. Guys who put in more work and more time than Mike McCarthy ever did." So Rex Ryan went off on him on ESPN. Damian Woody went off on him on ESPN. There are Clarence Hill of All City Dallas says it was taken out of context.
How?
Jane Slater says Micah didn't mean it that way.
That's what he said. How? How's that out of context? Or you didn't mean what he said? This guy has put in more work than Mike McCarthy has ever done. Not, since he's been a Cowboy, than he's ever done. We're talking about a coach that's been to the mountaintops, Super Bowl champ.
Here's Jane Slater, NFL media. "Call me crazy, but I've listened to the Micah Parsons interview a few times. Micah will always say what's on his mind, and sometimes it's too much. But I don't think he meant the Mike thing the way it's being portrayed. I think he meant Martin's career, like so many who are drafted and developed in Dallas, haven't seen the success their work deserved after years with the Cowboys. But McCarthy, having only been here 5 years, can ultimately find another job next season and keep chasing trophies. Is it the right thing to say? ? Probably not. Did it help the situation? No. Does he love Mike? No idea. But I don't think he was telling him to pack his bags to the media the way the Saints players recently did with Dennis Allen."
See, what I don't understand with that is how you thought that. I don't care if you meant it, whatever the case may be. It is what you said, and you said that one player has put more work in than Mike McCarthy has ever done. Like, that to me is extremely disrespectful. One, you're supposed to be one of the leaders of this team. And he talked about in that interview being the light of this team and making sure, keep everybody positive and all that other stuff. How can you say that in one sentence and then the other sentence throw gasoline onto an already smoldering fire? Yeah. Like, this is not the first time you've said something that's people, they maybe have taken it out of context, whatever the case may be. You're just putting more light on the fact that your team is struggling and that your coach is struggling. These are conversations that it used to be, when you're in the locker room, not everything needs to be out about in the media. These are conversations where you can sit down with Mike and have these issues brought up. Say, man, hey, what can we do to get better on the defensive side of the ball? What can we do better to get on the offensive side of the ball? Have those conversations with your coach, not with the media. And this is just another instance of something that's bringing added distractions for no reason. You talk about the McCarthy thing. We talked about the Dak Prescott not being in the top 5 thing. Something, I know he's an outspoken young man, and I get all that. But some things need to be held within house. This is something that you could have easily, he got the cachet. He's one of the star players. He could have easily went up to McCarthy or went into his office and said, hey, man, what's the deal? How can we get better? But he didn't. He decided to go out there and say that after a game. And to me, it's just... It's confusing. It's confusing, but it's a new day and age. But I do feel like what he said was extremely disrespectful to Mike.
Yeah, jump in here, man.
This sucks. This absolutely is hard.
What part of it?
Yeah, all of it. All of it. It's the interpreting what he said, whether it was throwing Mike under the bus or not. Was it his answer, or was he trying to basically say that Zach Martin is a hell of a player that has sacrificed everything here in Dallas, and Mike's going to go somewhere else, continue to chase greatness, and he hadn't logged the same hours that Zach did. That's what's left for interpretation. But what it sounds like, what it comes off like even when you add the context of the question to it, it sounds like he's throwing his coach under the bus. It sounds like he has no regard for Mike. When he says Mike can go coach somewhere else. People got all the way, Mike can go coach, but Mike is coaching right here, right now. Yeah. That's what he's doing right now. And right now, our defense is getting killed. Mm-hmm. Right now, our offense looks dysfunctional. And I don't know. I look around the league and I say, damn, the Cowboys are not the worst team in the league. There are teams that are far off worse than we are, right? Mm-hmm. But every little thing gets blown up to be this big-ass story about what Micah said about this and that. We getting whooped right now. Yeah. And all we talking about is whether Mike McCarthy has put in more work. We all know that Mike McCarthy is a Super Bowl winning coach. We know Mike doesn't put in his time, dog.
He's asked the question. I mean, Jory Epstein of Yahoo Sports, who used to work here in town, the Dallas winner, she asked the question, and then that's what he did. And I get it. I said to you, and I was telling Jesse, it's like, you brought a log to a fire. The seat for Mike is burning hot. Mm-hmm. And when you say that, you threw a log on there that you didn't need to. When you say what you said, no matter how you meant it, because words have different meanings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is a player who has praised Dan Quinn at high levels.
So you think there's okay?
We know his love for Dan Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
When you go and you do it like that, you're leaving it for interpretation, and you're leaving it up there that you don't have that kind of respect for the coach. And you can say however you meant it, but once again, you brought a log to a fire that you didn't have to. It was already hot. Yeah. Hey, I can't speak for Mike. I'm worried about Zach.
Boom.
I'm worried about Zach, man. You got too many guys in here. I mean, you didn't have to say that he didn't work as hard or do anything that Zach did. I think we all can venture and say everybody here is trying to do the best they can. Mm-hmm. Okay? Coaches, players, try to do the best they can. You may not like the results, but I don't think the man is not here working.
No doubt.
I don't think he's trying to Zach Martin is a player, and yes, players do put in more sweat equity. They put in their sweat, they put their bodies in there.
Yeah.
But anybody, it's funny how many guys I know who got into coaching got out like, it's too much time. I want to do this. I want life.
Hours are crazy.
Yeah, I remember one of my buddies. He was just coaching in college, and he would tell me, "Hey man, I don't know what's going on in the world. I would literally have to tell him about who won. He's like, who won the Grammys? What's the hit song right now? He didn't know anything about politics because he was so locked into doing football 6 days a week and had half of a seventh day off. And this was just college.
Yeah.
He was just a GA. Can imagine being a head coach. And so they live in this bubble. You don't win a Super Bowl like Mike McCarthy has and do what he's done here. Three straight 12-5 seasons before the season. Only Andy Reid had a better regular season mark than Mike. Mike, you're not doing that if you don't put in some equity. But Micah left it for interpretation, and he says he'll address it on his podcast. He feels like it was taken out of context, and so we'll see what it does. But yeah, when you have a podcast and you know you have people going to want to talk to you, after games, your words are going to have more meaning. Words coming from Micah Parsons are going to count a lot more than words that are going to come from Donovan Wilson.
What's sad is that Micah is a very young man, very intelligent as well. And I just don't think, maybe with maturity, he'll be able to answer questions like that and not leave anything up for question. And I think with experience, he'll get there and understand that everything I say it could be misconstrued, and I got to be better at answering these questions. I don't know about you. I don't ever remember any Barry Church controversial quotes, but I'm sure you probably wasn't the person to talk to as a young man after a loss.
People were like, rushing in my face with the mic. Hey, what's this? So I had time to think about what I was going to say and think about the interview and what my words might mean. So I was nowhere near the level as far as Michael Parsons. After every single game, somebody's in his face with the mic. But I don't understand. How did that make anything better in that situation?
He started good.
He did.
And then it just went,
You ever been in an argument with somebody and you just keep on adding more to it and you should just walk away? It'd be better to shut up and just keep going.
And it's like, I don't know how that thing helps. Because now you got multiple players taking shots at Mike through the media. Like, how are you gonna go out and practice?
Without those shots, without what Micah said, I think today Mike would have had equally the amount. I mean, that just adds, like you said, throws the log on, but that just adds to it.
Right, fire's already burning, man. What you said added a log to it, and now you brought yourself into it.
Yeah.
And of course, we now know what happens because Mike's talking today. We're gonna
you're gonna bring it up, yeah.
Talk to him. Did you hear it? What do you think? How does it make you feel? That's there. And I know McCarthy will say, "Hey, look, I'm not worried about my job. This comes with this is a part of it." He'll say all the correct things, and I'll be interested to hear what Micah has to say in his podcast. And maybe he didn't mean to have it go a certain way because words do have different meanings. But right now, what your words did was allow ESPN to go ahead and make a whole Cowboy segment on this. Whole Cowboy segment and social media that you have to respond to this. When there is a way, when you are a high-profile player like him and you're doing podcasting now, so you have to have media training and stuff like that, where you have to know, hey, man, they're going to try to draw you offside. It's the same thing that a Dak Prescott goes through every week, a Tom Brady. I used to tell people when I covered Troy Aikman, he was the worst soundbite because we never got anything out of him. At some point in time, maybe that's the best thing. They're about to be so boring. Or, I just tell people, you really want the reporters to go away? You want to leave you alone? Start quoting the Bible. Go do that.
Yeah.
Go do that.
Factual.
People, click. They're moving on. Moving on that. They want to hear it. So that extra Micah gave Jory, he didn't need to give her.
Yeah.
And so now you're going to have to answer for it. And this is the sinking ship that it is now.
I mean, it's out in the open now. Like the team meeting room, like it's going to be extremely awkward now. Because as players, we talk amongst each other, and but we don't put it out there. Now everybody knows what it is, and then Mike gonna walk in there. All right, fellas, let's bring it together. We got this, that, and the third. Man, you gonna have that's gonna go. That message is gonna go in one ear and out the other or something. Because you're losing. So they just like,
and these coaches already on 1 year deals.
Yeah. Cats gonna start checking out.
It's a lot of guys on this roster on 1 year deals.
And look, Mike McCarthy could very well go get a third job. We have seen people in the NFL get third job. Wade Phillips had a third job. Turner had a third job. I mean, there are guys who will get a third job and having won a Super Bowl. That could very well happen. But many of these assistant coaches, who knows where they'll be?
Yeah.
You're Al Harris. Who knows where Al Harris is next year?
Yeah.
That stuff is out there, and they've got families, and it's one of those where Mike is a leader, and these are things that you carry, and your words do carry weight. Yeah. Words matter from certain people. It just does. If Eric Kendrick says this, man, probably not taking it as serious because this is Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is a very good player. As we saw his impact yesterday in the football game.
Yeah, that's true. He is nice.
All right, we got to take our last break here, man. Or did we already take our last break?
No, this is the one.
Let's do it, man. We got to get out of here. Come on, let's do it. This is DallasCowboys.com.
Hey, Danny McCray here for Smoothie King. You know every great workout deserves a great reward. So treat yourself right with new coconut smoothie bowls. Made with real fruit, crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, creamy coconut, and topped with the chocolate hazelnut or honey drizzle. With 2 new flavors, it's perfect for you and the workout buddy. So you both can stay on track even after you leave the track. Scoop up new coconut smoothie bowls only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2024 NFL season, Boss teamed up with the Cowboys and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection. The Boss Cowboys collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Arriving just in time for the start of the season, the distinctive attire from the latest Boss Cowboys expansion offers sports aficionados and true bosses the chance to show their team spirit and style. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. # be your own boss.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1, any broadcast without the express edition of cook-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12, no crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable Cane's sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31, anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Head to AT&T Stadium to experience Rally Days presented by SeatGeek on Sunday, November 17th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Get ready to cheer on your Dallas Cowboys with tours of AT&T Stadium, autographs from the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, ticket giveaways, games, and more. Visit attstadium.com/Rally Days and get your tickets today.
All right, Barry Church, let's end this here. I'm going to put this on you. What is a week like this now for the players? It's a 3-6 football team.
It's tough, man, because I was a part of that 2015 team in Dallas when we lost 4 straight home games. You know, you knew the season was kind of done because Romo had gotten hurt. We were down to Matt Castle and I think Brandon Wheaton, Kellen Moore was in there at times, and it gets hard, man. It gets hard to get up every morning like, man, now I gotta go to practice, and you try to put on that faith, enthusiasm, like, yeah, let's go, man. We're gonna get this, scout team. Yeah, we had a good day of practice. But in the back of your mind, man, if we don't play a perfect game, if we don't play, no penalties, no turnovers, we take the ball over, that's the only way we got a chance to win. Man, it makes it extremely hard, to basically go out there and show fight week in and week out, knowing 9 times out of 10 you're going to take this L. And right now, that's kind of where the Cowboys are. Defensively, they played a little bit better these past 2 weeks, but nowhere near good enough to overcome the issues that they have offensively. So it's tough, man. It's going to be tough for these boys these last couple of weeks to eke out some W's, man.
All right. Well, there we go.
That's just being real, man.
End it right there.
That's just being real, man.
Thank you. Hek'ma. Thank you. Barry Church. Thank you.
It's real, though.
Newy Scruggs. Thanks to Jazz, Chris,
got no chance,
Josh, everyone who's been a part of it. We'll do it tomorrow. Right here on Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!